Hello and welcome to Roar Time. Coach.
Man, it's been a long time.
It has been a long time, Coach.
Yeah.
It is the year of redemption, if I can coin that phrase, Coach.
I like it.
The year of redemption for our Lions. I'm your mirror host, Dr. Love, better known as Eric Fowler, in the jungle. And I've got the $1 million man right here to my right, head coach, Jason Gibson. Yeah, I'm getting you hyped already.
Yeah, you're getting me fired
Coach,
up.
getting you fired up already.
It's been a long time.
It has.
It's been a long time. Year of redemption. I like the coin phrase.
Absolutely.
I hate the fact that we have to use it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But I think it's got some motivation behind it too. I think if you look at where and how we ended the season, you know, we had our nemesis, the Jacksonville Sharks.
Right.
You know, we found ourselves back in their face once again. And I think it just kind of goes with the surface of who we are as an organization. You may agree or disagree, but I think it's an opportunity for us to take the momentum that we had in that very pivotal moment. How many yards was it, Coach, that we were to the goal line?
5.
5 yards to the goal line. What happened, Coach, at that 5-yard line?
You know, we fumbled the snap and lost the game. So you go from standing on the sidelines or standing on the field thinking we're about ready to hold this trophy up to, really?
Yeah.
Did that just happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but that's part of football. You know, it happens with everybody, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You keep getting reminded of it throughout the off season. It's definitely fuel for the fire. I've thought about, you know, you talk about the year of redemption. I've thought about, should I start training camp with that? Is it something, do I want to remind people of it, or do we want to go ahead and put it behind you? But I think things that happen in your past, you know, on the field or in life or whatever, I think you build on it and you learn from it, and that's what drives people. At least that's what drives me. That's what, you know, that's what makes people winners.
Absolutely.
Is getting strong. So, yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, but hey, at least I was in that spot.
Yeah, we were in that spot. Many actually did not see us getting that far.
And the only thing I can say, which is really, this is just, I mean, really, it's just comforting to me. I mean, it's just, I'm not going to say it's an excuse, but, you know, we were on the 5-yard line, and we chose, I'm not going to say we chose, but we determined our ending there. It was up to us, one way or the other. We you know, either we were going to win the game or we weren't, or we were going to lose it. I wasn't going to give them back the ball and give them a chance to win the game.
Correct.
And, you know, we muffed the snap and whatever, and it happens. But we had the opportunity, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
On to the next.
There you go. There you go. New league. We were just entering a new league.
Yeah.
You know, many people didn't see us making it as far as we did.
I mean, that happens every year.
It does.
Even now, I mean, you know, everybody asks, even in the off season, we'll talk about it a little bit later, everybody asks, what's your team look like? How you look? I mean, everything looks good on paper. You get all these, you know, we'll talk about all the other teams in the league, and I love the fact that nobody mentions us. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, nobody mentions Columbus, and that's the way it should be. And, you know, for the last 12, 13 years, we're 6 or 7 of them were in that game.
That's right.
For a reason.
That's right.
And we'll figure out how to do it again. It's just a matter of time.
Absolutely.
But it's just been kind of quiet.
Hey, sleeping giant.
You got all kinds of phrases today, man.
Well, Coach, that's what I do.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. Well, Lion Nation, let me welcome you to the first episode of Roar Time for our 2018 season. Of course, as I introduced our man Jason Gibson here, Director of Operations, Head Coach. And Coach, as we go into this new era of activity for us, I think we'd be remiss if we did not really highlight the fan experience. I think it goes without saying that Lion Nation has been there, win, lose, or draw. You know, and the fact that we've got such loyal fans, I think that makes such a great statement for who we are as an organization. So as we have gone and started this new era and this year's season, what can the fans expect for the upcoming year?
Well, one of the things we had to evaluate, I think with any job or with any product, this is a product, you know, that you have to always figure out a way to do something better.
Correct.
And, you know, we've won on the field, we had some success, and, you know, when you look at what we were giving our fans is a product, you have to say, what can we do to increase the value for what they're spending? How can we make this even more exciting than it already is? And to be honest with you, I thought over the past couple years, we really put such an emphasis on the football and on the winning, which is you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But we had to try to expand it and put on a better overall fan experience. It's hard nowadays with mobile devices and instant everything. Everything needs to be, under a minute, or you're going to lose my attention and I'm moving on.
That's right.
So to be able to just say, hey, drive up, park your car at the Civic Center, we're not going to have anything happen and everything's just going to start when we kick the ball off, I don't think we were doing our job to fulfill, the fan experience. So we just did a lot of research this offseason, and I think that's why we're good as an organization. I think that's why I'm successful as a coach. You're always trying to figure out another way to do something better.
That's right.
Regardless of your success, And, I give Jacksonville fans credit, or not fans, but I give their ownership credit that they do a great job of delivering the experience in the arena. So as much as I hate Jacksonville and those guys.
I hate them too, Coach.
I went down there for a day and said, okay, what are you guys doing? I mean, we're all in the same league. We're all in the same business to make the product great.
That's right.
At the end of the day, you want every game to be like that. You want every game to come down to the wire, and you want the fans to walk out and say, man, did you see that?
Exactly.
If you're not doing that as an organization, you're failing.
That's right.
And they do a great product. So I went down and did some research, and I came back and I presented it to our ownership and said, what can we do to give our fans more? And so that's what we've been doing this entire off season. And it's proven so far. It's proven that we've doubled our attendance. We've doubled as far as season ticket holders, sponsorships, advertisers. Everything's there. And the first thing is the ticket holder. What are the things that we're doing? So we've done some stuff for our VIP fan experience to where they get a VIP dinner, before the season if they choose. They get 50% off the fan bus if they choose. They get to pick so many of the experiences. They don't get them all, but
okay. Kind of a la carte kind of.
What comes with your ticket? It's like, okay, if you buy this row ticket, you get to pick 2 experiences. If you buy this ticket, you get to pick 1 experience. We got a really cool beach towel for all our VIPs in row A.
Okay.
We introduced a program for all ticket holders, kind of a ticket exchange, so if you miss a game, you don't really lose out on your ticket. We got a chalk talk, which we took from another team, which actually took it from another team, to where before the game, certain fans get to, we go into a room and I'll do a 5-minute chalk talk and give them the game plan.
Oh.
That's kind of a cool experience. Could you imagine going to a Falcons game and being able to sit with Coach Quinn for 10 minutes before the game? He says, okay, this is how we're going to attack Tampa Bay this week, and we're going to do this, this, and this, and this. And you go back into the stands, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I just talked to Coach Quinn. Watch what they're going to do here. Or they're going to try to take away, Jameis Winston. This is their game plan, or whatever. So
talk about a fan experience.
Yeah, that's from the ticket part, that was priority number 1.
Okay.
What are they getting for the value of their ticket? And we're going to try to upgrade that. Some other things, our pregame, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing because we've got some cool stuff that we're going to implement.
Yes, yeah. You just got to be there.
Got to be there.
You got to be there to get the full experience.
Our tailgating outside's taken off. And, we're going to have live bands every game outside.
Oh, man.
Jumperoos. Taking back out our little football setup. We have a little goalpost and a football toss.
Okay.
Just the little things all the way around. So from the second you get out of the car, are you entertained?
There you go.
That's the goal.
I like that. That came from 300. What was it, the movie?
Yeah, that was. With Thermopylae. Did I say that right? Yeah, with the...
Oh, you entertained! Yeah, yes. I like that, Coach.
So I'm a big movie freak. I think maybe I stole it. But so, yeah, I mean, that's the things you have to do. We have to create that sense of wow, for the ticket. And so we've been working all off season to get that done.
Okay. Sounds like some pretty impactful stuff is headed our way, especially for the fan experience from the beginning to an end. And I think that's so critical in terms of our overall success. We talk about loyal fan base. Well, that's how you get it. As you stated, you grab the attention, and the attention span in this digital age is so 30 seconds, 60 seconds. And if you hadn't grasped that attention from the moment they stepped foot onto the hollowed jungle grounds, we need to make certain that they get that full experience.
No, yeah, I agree. And it's just all kinds of little things. You know, we spent a lot of money this year just on our turf.
Okay.
We spent a ton of money on the turf improvements. You know, cleaning stuff. We hired the company to come out and, you know, fixing end zones and repairing the turf and everything that's presentable to when you're there, you know you're at a professional football game.
Exactly.
You know, there's some stuff with the league we can talk about a little bit later, and just the small upgrades that you think aren't big details, but they really are.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the concourse, where you set your merchandise up, what you offer, the people outside, the tailgating, all that stuff. And you research it and you put it all together, and that's the goal. The ultimate goal is I need somebody to leave, go to work Monday and say, I was at the game, where were you? You should have seen what they did, where I can't wait to go back.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what we're trying to do, and you know, everything, even the speakers and upgrading and, you know, getting your voice out there. And
hey.
I think we got the best guy in the league.
Hey, I'll brush my shoulder off on that one, Coach. But, yeah. I appreciate the compliment, Coach.
So we got to, you know, just all that stuff.
Absolutely. So when we talk about ticket sales, is there still an opportunity for someone who wants to be a season ticket holder? Is it still time?
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of time
I
for
mean,
them
there's
to
so
do
many
it?
seats in that arena. Even though we doubled our seats, there's still a ton of space.
Okay.
You know, of course, you can call the office 706 through. I hate to be a promo here, but
hey, you got to be, Coach.
706-322-3336, or go to www.columbuslions.net, or you can go to the ticket office at the Civic Center. So there's a ton of season tickets. It's got a lot of value to it for what you get for your money.
Okay.
And you know, I think we have a great special. It's on the billboards now throughout town. We have a good special. I think it's 2 seats for $150.
Oh, come on.
It's a special in the corners. It's
yeah,
a corner seat.
right there in the corner, yeah.
But still, I mean, you can't, for $150 for 2 seats for the whole season.
Come on. Can't beat that.
No.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't beat that. And, yeah, I mean, tickets are great right now.
When we talk about sponsorship, if there is someone out in our community who might be on the line right now in terms of whether they want to get over and become a sponsor, is there still an opportunity to do that?
Well, yeah. I mean, we have so much going on with sponsors this year. I just think we have a good value. In the past, just being honest, you know, in the past, a couple years ago, hey, put a sign up, here, be a sponsor, we'll promote you and best we can, put you in a program, and you know, let's go. And we've got some great sponsors with us. Now with Roar Time, with the TV show, our partnership with Beam TV,
absolutely,
has been huge. I mean, we talk about what takes you to the next level, and you talk about you know, Melissa and Toygar and all the people at Beam TV that have helped propel us into that spotlight. I mean, when do you see live football games now? I mean, everything was, you know, a lot of teams say, hey, we got live TV, but they're really on some app that you have to go to the Google store and find, and it's choppy and it's buffering and it's kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, this is live football on TV. You know, we got viewing parties at Sapo's. That's a good plug.
Some of the best around. I'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, we got viewing parties for road games at Sapo's. I got other restaurants calling us now. I had a restaurant call me yesterday. Hey, can we show your viewing your away games in the restaurant? So all of a sudden now you're going through Columbus, and you're seeing, on a Saturday night, you're sitting in a sports bar, or you're sitting in, you know, Sapo's or whatever, and you flipping through the channels, you got one TV on the Knicks game or the Hawks, and then the other channel you got the Columbus Lions playing.
It gets no better.
It's come a long way.
It gets no better, absolutely.
So from a sponsorship standpoint, we've been able to provide more branding.
Yeah.
Because we're out there so much now. And I think the biggest compliment, well, I'm not going to say compliment, the biggest, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but 4 or 5 years ago, if you wore the Lions head on your shirt, people said, what's that?
Yeah.
Or if you wore because I have 2 basic logos. The other one says, you know, professional indoor football.
Correct.
They would say, oh, I didn't know we had a team. We were at Family and Kids Fair at the National Infantry Museum on Sunday, doing some stuff for our kids' camps, which we'll talk about. I heard people walking by, kind of looking at the booth, but they didn't stop. Oh, yeah, that's Columbus Lions. That's the arena team. Oh, yeah, that's the arena team. That's the Columbus Lions. And so it took a long time to get to this point.
Absolutely. But we're here.
But we're here.
Yeah.
And I hear it, and it feels good.
It's got to be a great feeling. Great. And this is how many years now, Coach?
This will be 13 or 12.
Okay.
I think 12.
12 years.
This will be 12 years.
12 years.
12 years. One of the longest running teams in the country.
Yeah, yeah. Right here in Columbus, Georgia. Tri-City area. You know, even though we have the Columbus Lions label, it definitely means that we are representatives of our Tri-City community. So we want to continue to have that support. As far as Montgomery, Birmingham, even we have fan base coming out of Atlanta.
Yeah, we got ticket holders out of Noonan,
Georgia.
Absolutely.
You know, and especially right here, Ladonia, Phoenix City. You know, right here on this side of the river. We want Eufaula.
And that was a plan. I remember taking this job, looking at a map, and putting up, pinning out from Columbus to LaGrange to Auburn, saying, how can we close this triangle in?
Yeah.
And we still haven't even really touched the iceberg, but at least we're getting there. We're out in the markets.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we want to ask the fans, once again, this is our 2018 season. We're coining this the year of redemption. We want you to be in the place. Coach has already provided you with some information on how to get tickets. Sponsors, if you're just right there on the line, we want you to know, come on out. Talk to Coach Gibson. Talk to those who are in our sales offices. We would love to have you a sponsorship right here through Roar Time with Lion Nation. Coach, as we continue to go forward about sponsorships, I'm seeing one in particular right here, this very smooth drink of sorts that's grown right here, homegrown in Columbus, Georgia. Can you talk a little bit about this sponsor right here, Coach?
Supercharged. First of all, I love the logo. It's a great logo. I met these guys through a mutual friend that came to the office, and they were talking about, the first thing that stands out for me about Supercharged was the logo. The second thing is they're out of Columbus.
That's right.
Local guys, local business, and that's what keeps our communities thriving. That's how you generate revenue. That's how you get taxes in the community. That's how you get better schools. I mean, it's all relevant at any level, whether it's a big box company or your local company. But I love the fact when you hear small business people who step out of their comfort zone and go after a dream.
That's right.
And
that's huge.
The number two thing is, honestly, it's phenomenal. It's good. I drink it every day.
Okay.
And when I took it home, the number one test was I gave it to my 8-year-old, my 6-year-old. I didn't say a word. I just let them drink it. And they probably go through about 3 or 4 a day, and they shouldn't. But
as if they're not supercharged enough, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's not an energy drink, so
okay.
It's not like Red Bull or anything like that. It's just like it's like a Gatorade. It's a sports drink.
Okay.
The number one thing is it's got 0 preservatives and it's only got 10 grams of sugar. You can't beat that.
You can.
And it's only 40 calories, and it's really good. And what a great guy, David Moore and Nick, the owner, those guys, Melissa. They're just awesome local company that is 100% behind this. They got the Supercharged girls. They got girls that go around promoting it.
Yeah,
We put it everywhere. They're our official sports drink for the Columbus Lions. And the players, you're going to see the players with it at every game. You're going to see with them after the game. That's part of the promotion, which I think is great. And like I said, when my boys start drinking every night, we had to. It was a Sunday afternoon. It was raining, and I got a whole bunch in my office in my refrigerator. And we were out at home, and my son Gunner said, "Do you have any more Supercharged?" Like, it's in my office. He said, "Let's go." We literally got in the car, drove all the way to the Civic Center, just to get a couple Supercharged.
That's
I'm thinking,
big.
did we just do this?
Yeah, that's big.
So
that's big.
Great drink, great product. You got to support it. I mean, it's going to be. They've got a lot of deals with a lot of sports teams. To be honest, knowing some of the partners that they have, I'm just really honored that they want to be part of the Lions.
That's saying something. That's a big deal.
Good people. So I'm excited about it, and you're going to hear a ton of Supercharged.
Hey, well, I look forward to definitely promoting them, especially a hometown business, over the airwaves of Lion Nation. Stay tuned to your seats, Lion Nation. We're going to come back and we'll be talking more with Coach Jason Gibson. We're going to talk some football in this next segment. Hold to your seats. Stay tuned for more Roar Time. Be right back.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now. We're the Williams family and we're USAA members for life.
Welcome back to this segment of Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson. I'm your host, Eric Fowler, Dr. Love in the Jungle, as I'm called, and we just want to have you back to talk a little about some football here in the NAL. Coach, we've got some rivalries, of course, that were created from this past year season. Lehigh Valley, Jacksonville Sharks, you know, who are, I would say, is our nemesis. But we look at the first game of the season, which is Friday, April the 13th. You know, that's
somebody wanted to make it a Jason night. Do like little head things of me. I'm like, yeah, that would be scary.
That would be.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. All the light off the arena would shine off the top.
Oh my goodness.
Top of the side.
Well, hey, coach, you wear that well. You wear that well. I'm sure your wife, you know, she's pleased.
She likes
with the look.
it. She likes it.
She likes it. Okay.
I tell everybody, it's an economic decision. I think I've been with the same bottle of shampoo for 3 years.
That's a good one, coach.
And it's the one from the hotels
there
that you steal.
Go. It's an economic decision. Hey, every little bit helps, right?
But yeah, Lehigh. I mean, what a great game. Probably that'll probably go down as one of the greatest games I think I've had in all of coaching. High school, college, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just because of the way it turned out and what was on the line.
Exactly.
That was insane. What a great feeling. Sucks to be on the other end, but I was there the next week.
Yeah.
So I get it. But to open up with them at home, and of course last year, you know, we went to Lehigh twice.
We did.
They didn't get a chance to come to Columbus. So the class organization, Mike Clark, is a good friend of mine. He's the owner up there. And it's such a good rivalry with Lehigh, and it's a strong rivalry, but it's also, they have the same vision we do as far as ownership, the league, you know, their fan base, how they do things, and Mike does such an awesome job up at Lehigh. You know, you hate to win those games like that for him.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for Mike and the Steelhawks coming to Columbus so we can show off our facilities, because they got great facilities up there.
Oh, yeah.
They do it first class. Facilities, everything. And it's going to be a tough game. Tough game. Now, their head coach moved on.
Did he now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So their head coach moved on, took another job somewhere else, so they got a new head coach. So that's going to change the dynamics of that game a little bit, I think. We'll see. But we've played them so strong in the jungle that I feel pretty good.
Well, let's talk about Jacksonville. I would like to say our arch enemy.
Right.
You know, when I look back at this past season, we played them, 3 times?
Played them 3 times.
And the first time they came to the jungle, literally embarrassed us.
Yeah.
At home. Second time we played them there, I think we played them a lot closer.
Well, we had a chance to win that game.
We did have a chance to win that game.
Had a chance to win that game down there. It was a low score. Every time we play each other, there were low score, not typical arena games.
Yeah.
39, I think it was 37-29 down there or something, and we had the ball at the end. Turnover cost us at the end. And then, of course, the championship game, 27-21. I mean, unusually low, but really good defensive games.
Absolutely, yeah.
But, yeah, you know, played them 3 times and, you know, didn't turn out our way. But, we know going into the game, we're always going to have a shot against anybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that's the first 2 games. But this year, playing Jacksonville at home, it's a little different. We're not opening up with them. Plus, it's going to be military night.
Oh, don't do that to me, Coach.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So I planned that on purpose.
Oh, Coach.
So, you know, to get all those soldiers out there.
Oh, man.
And we got some large groups coming for that game that we'll discuss later. But it'll be a 5,000-6,000.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Packed arena. And when you put that many people in the Civic Center, in our Civic Center.
Oh, my goodness.
It's deafening.
That if you missed last year's military night, oh my goodness, it brought tears of excitement and joy to your eyes to be able to see the men and women in uniform saying their chants, and the fan impact that was it was such a high.
Do you remember, we talk funny, we talk movies off camera all the time and one-liners. There was an old baseball movie called Major Leagues.
Oh, yeah.
With Charlie Sheen and Wild Thing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember at the end of the movie when they came out and he introduced them at the very final scene and they played Wild Thing and the stadium was rocking.
Just rocking.
The players out of the dugout for the visiting team actually got out of the dugout and looked up at the stands because they couldn't believe the excitement.
Yes.
That's what it was like on military night when they were chanting. I remember being on the field and I had to turn around. I looked up in the stands like, what is going on? And you saw fans turning around with their cell phones, filming it and taking pictures because of the way they were going. And this year, we're even going to have more soldiers going to the game. And I got to say this, I've been working on it now for probably 2 months. We have got by far, we're doing a great promotion with USAA.
Okay.
If I didn't sit here and tell you what a great organization USAA was, not just because they're a sponsor, just because I'm a human being, the things that this company does for Fort Benning, and they don't want any credit. They don't want me to sit here and say, USAA, go see them on Victory or whatever. They don't want that. They want to sponsor and be part of military night because it's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do. Absolutely
and
the right thing to do.
Because they enjoy supporting people. And when you meet companies like that, you respect it and you want to support them as well. But USAA has put together military night this year like we've never seen. And when you see these jerseys that we're about ready to wear, and all the money, we're going to obviously auction the jerseys off. Money's going to go back to, I think, Wounded Warrior and some other organizations. I remember showing the proof to a couple people privately. And I had to order an extra 10 just off because it was, can't tell you what it's going to look like. You're going to have to see it. But it's the best military jersey I've ever seen. And it will rival what you saw at the Army-Navy game. That's the only hint I'm going to give you.
Oh, my.
And
got to be a part of that one.
It's special.
Yeah.
It's going to be a special night. We're bringing in Jacksonville. And we may even start the game with the fumble and we lost the championship just to kind of get everybody going.
Get us going.
Just get them going. So you're looking at 2 games, with 2 returning teams to the NAL, playoff teams, back-to-back, Friday and the following Saturday. I'm hoping it is a jump start for the season. It's almost like how the NASCAR starts out with the Daytona 500 first. They don't hold it last. They do it first.
Hit you right in the mouth.
That's what I'm hoping for, and get the fans out there, and we can unroll or we can show all this stuff we've been doing in the off season with the fan experience, all the excitement, the quality of the game, the teams we're playing, everything into one, and just throw it in your face and say, here we go. This is what we're about.
That's right. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about some returning players, some impact players with the Lion organization. Who can we expect to come back and basically just get back supercharged, if I could use that?
Wow. That's
That's a good one, yeah. Supercharged to kind of get us back to that pinnacle of success this year.
If you didn't start out with Kyle Griswood, you'd be crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the guy's, Mr. Everything for Columbus now, and he's come a long way. I think he led the league in interceptions. So, you got Kyle. Then you always start on the defensive side of the ball with Kyle, Ken Washington, Chris Pickett,
Big Ken, yeah.
Tyler Stevenson, Marte Sears.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Beast.
Larry Edwards. He's the best linebacker that's played in arena football.
Absolutely.
Top 2 or 3.
Hands down.
And when you put that core on defense, that gets it going.
Oh, yeah.
We added, a major impact player from our PIFL championship in 15's Robert Caldwell, linebacker. And Robert's coming back this year, and that's probably, it's going to be tough. When you got Robert and Larry at linebacker.
Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be tough. So that's who we got on defense. Offensively starts at the quarterback with Mason Espinoza. And Mason, the last 6 games of the season led the league in passer efficiency and touchdowns and completion percentage and all that stuff. And he's a year better. He's a vet. We've been working all off season. And then you look at, of course, Michael Reeve. Congratulations, Michael Reeve. Michael got engaged. I think he's getting married. He's really done well for himself. He did everything he could do in this league.
That's great.
MVPs and championships. And, we're going to miss Michael a ton.
Oh, my. Okay.
So, but he's moving on, and he's doing great things at home, back home in Seattle with him and his soon-to-be wife, and we're so proud of him. But if you talk about offense, you talk about Tristan Purefoy, and you talk about Jarmon Fortson.
Oh, yeah. That's a double threat right there all day.
Now, I'm bringing some guys in to try to beat them out, but they're good.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
And not Deion Sanders. I wish. Deion Smalls.
Prime time.
They're both the same speed. Deion Smalls is coming back, and David Griffin on the O-line, which I love saying this, led the league in fewest sacks allowed.
Hey, that's a great.
Didn't get one player on the PIFL.
Yeah.
But we led the league in fewest sacks allowed. But we didn't get one player on the LPIFL. Offensive line.
Interesting.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
That one rubs me wrong, as you can tell. It's like leading the league in passing touchdowns, and you don't even get nominated. I mean, really?
Who does that?
Not football minds.
Obviously.
It's our show. We say we want.
That's right.
So those are the players that are coming. That's what fans can expect, and I think that's when you see players you recognize that can play at a high level that are going to play at an even higher level now.
Yes.
With great competition. Everything across the board is going to be, from a team standpoint. And then you look at some newcomers that on paper, we talk about being on paper, look really good. Robert Sands out of West Virginia with the Bengals. And you talk about Jameel Johnson, wide receiver out of Troy from Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
Expect big things out of him. Nathan Eastlace, I think I said that right, Nate. He's a big old tackle with the Seahawks, played at A&T, North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride.
Yeah.
Going down the board, just certain players that I think are going to have a major impact for us this season. And I've done things a little different this year. Me and Clayton Banner, the player personnel guy, I didn't do so much of a cattle call. I didn't bring in 40 players and all these, guys. I kind of know what we have, and I brought in players that I thought could beat out the players that we have. Okay. I didn't bring in guys that I thought were, you're pretty good. Let me give you a shot. Nah, I'm just not in the mood for that right now. I want to go at a higher level, and I want to operate fast and push the guys we have. So that's kind of where we're at player-wise, and fans are going to recognize these guys, and we're going to get after it.
That's good. Some familiar faces, and then, of course, there might be some additional, some newcomers to the organization that we can look forward to. Coach, when we were offline, you were talking about the great impact that Houston Clinic has in terms of our field.
Well, we've been partners with Houston Clinic for a couple years. They do all our medical.
Correct.
And I've been around this a long time as a player and as a coach. I've seen players get hurt. I've seen players, get surgeries, and they're never the same. That's the major issue. It's like kind of rebuilding an engine. Is it as good as it was when you first bought it?
That's right.
Something else winds up going wrong. And the thing I can say about Houston Clinic is their doctors are phenomenal. Dr. Garinger is one of the best doctors I've out there.
Hands down.
The staff at Houston Clinic and the way they manage our players and take care of them, and you never have repeat surgeries. You never have guys that when they come back after surgery, they're as new as that when they come off the showroom floor. That's a great partnership, and you got to have in my business, when players are your career and your life, you got to be able to have the product on the field. You got to have a good engine, and they get us on the field, man. Exactly. I mean, they're just good. So that relationship parlayed into them naming the field. It's not just, hey, come down and see a game at the Civic Center. It's Houston Clinic Field, man.
That's huge.
And that's part of the things that we did on the turf. And when the fans walk in the stadium this year, and when you see it on all the games live, there's a big 20-foot by 20-foot H in the middle of that field that lets you know, hey, this is their field. And this is Houston Clinic Field. I'm excited about it. I think it takes us to another level. I'm excited about the working relationship with Andy Grubbs, Catherine Gibson, the marketing director out there, Dr. Baker, all those guys at that place that make that place great, make Columbus great. They do a lot for Columbus, especially with all the high schools.
Oh, yeah.
And
huge partners.
And the fact that they continue to partner with us, I mean, obviously we give them a lot of business because of the nature of the game. But, just again, another local company that does it right, that I'm excited that I can put their name on my product.
And that's saying something. So let's shift gears a quick minute, Coach. We talked a lot about what we can expect on the fan experience, but we cannot forget about the children that help to support Lion Nation. And with that, if I can, talk about and ask you to talk about the impact that Lion Nation has on our youth?
Well, we've been doing a youth football league for years. You know, we did it inside, then we moved it outside. We're going to go back inside this year for some NFL flag. And now that, you know what, just 12 years, right?
That's
so
right.
12 years here, and obviously everybody knows I'm obviously the coach at Glenwood Gators, Go Gators, head coach at the high school there.
Correct.
What's been crazy is a lot of those youth leagues that we ran 8, 9, 10 years ago, which puts those kids at 7 and 8, are now 17, 16, and 18-year-olds at the high school level that are coming through the high school level that I'm seeing at Glenwood or seeing at schools that we play against, that I'm like, hey, coach, remember me? I played in your youth league. I'm like, whoa, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And what's really weird is when I started that youth league, the purpose was, you know, the South's great for football. This is a great area for football. And what makes it great is year-round football. And I thought it would be cool to start a spring league so kids could have the option. They don't always have to play soccer or baseball. They could play both.
Yeah.
But they could have the option to play football year-round. Play in the spring, play in the fall, play in the spring, play. And I knew at the end of the day, the constant repetition, being around, you know, great coaches and great mentors and great role models would make them better players because they're getting more reps. So instead of playing just an 8-game youth season in the fall, now they're playing 8 in the spring, 8 in the fall. So you're doubling their involvement or their
exactly.
to the game. And a lot of the players that have played in that league, they're top players in this area.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention all their names, but you know, I remember and know who they are. Hey, coach, remember me? I played for the Vikings team out of Smith Station. Hey, you remember me? I played for the West Georgia Patriots and all these old school teams. I'm throwing names out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And they're playing at a higher caliber of football than maybe some of the other kids are.
It's exposure at its finest level. It's just exposure.
So it's been great. That has been a huge impact, and I would like to think, and I think our owners are proud of the fact that they have made an impact with the relationships. And some of these kids, Marcus Wright. I love Marcus. His mom works for us, Tanima, and she's our office manager, handles everything. But I remember Marcus playing in that league for 4, 5, 6 years, and now he's getting ready to start at West Point.
Yeah, that's big. Huge accomplishment for him.
I got another kid going to Kennesaw State. We got another kid that played in the league. 2 or 3 of them that are going off the JUCO to full scholarships, and they all started in that youth football league in the spring with the Lions.
And that's something.
And so, yeah, it's a huge impact.
Well, Coach, we've talked a lot, and I know that we could talk more, but we want to save that for some of the next segment of Roar Time. Lion Nation, we want you to be reminded, April 13th, Friday the 13th, it goes down in the jungle. Lion Nation is alive and well. This is the year of redemption for Lion Nation. We want you to be a part of it. Continue to support our sponsors. We've got a new one right here, Supercharged. Make certain you get that nice, flavorful sports drink in you. Coach stands by it. I'm going to get a sip right after this show, I promise you. But let's continue to support Lion Nation. Year of Redemption. We thank you for the first episode of Roar Time in the new year. Coach, Happy New Year to you, man. I know it's kind of late in the year, but Happy New Year to you.
Man. Another year just got older.
That's right. We'll be back with more Roar Time in the next show. Thank you so much. CTV Beam, we love you. Toy Gar, Melissa, all you guys over there. We'll see you again right here, CTV Beam, Roar Time.